What would you rather have, though? Would you rather have your happiness or a business when it comes to marriage?
Both.
No, you can't have both.
Why do people always think you can't have both?
You can't.
That's the problem.
Tell me where it works at.
See, that's the fucking problem.
Well, tell me where it works
I'm a
at.
goddess. I can have everything.
Where it works
I'm a
at.
goddess. I can have everything.
I'm a goddess. I could have everything.
That's just a taste of some of what we'll be dealing with today. Now, as far as this, what do you call it? This podcast is the MDM, the modern day nigga. Now, keep it a bean. I don't know who these people are, but you seen just that little clip right there. I seen a clip, and it's gonna be around the end of the video where this chick was wilding, boy. She was yelling at the top of her lungs, and that's what we gonna watch. Now, just because I gave you that part where she said she was a goddess, we going to watch a little bit after that. But then I'm going to fast forward to like the last 10 minutes of the podcast. We going to watch that and react to it. So let's get to it.
Because I'm manifesting my reality. I'm going to have a business, I'm going to be fucked, and I'm going to be happy.
No, ain't nothing wrong with
that
you
part.
having a bit. No, those.
Why don't you manifest it, Chet? That's what I'm wondering. It's two types of people who really love like the manifestation talk. It's a lot of chicks who be into all the woo-woo. You just heard she called herself a goddess before she got to the manifestation. But then you got like those Ashton Hall, like, I wake up and I be on my success grind, pyramid scheme type dudes. Like pyramid scheme, success guru ass niggas. Those are the two types of people that you really see on the manifestation tip. And listen, some of y'all listening might be into that stuff. I'm not knocking it, but I'm going to just tell you the truth. I've never seen a person who talks about manifestation and I've never seen them in a situation where it's like, how come you haven't manifested your millions yet? How come you haven't manifested your business being highly successful? How come you haven't manifested a new house? Why your last 8 boyfriends all shit on you? Like, is you manifesting that? Why ain't you manifest you a man that's actually good? And they can't do it because it be bullshit. They don't really know what they doing. Don't get it twisted. I had a book that I never read all the way. What is it? Psycho-cybernetics and stuff like that. And all of that stuff is supposed to be like, supposed to be good. Like, what's his name? Not Winston Churchill, but you know the guy's name, man. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. He speaks about that as well. But the thing is, he doesn't really give it to you the way the psycho-cybernetics really gives it to you. It gives it to you like in a real way. So I could believe that, like, if you do the psycho-cybernetic stuff, you could max out and see what you could actually do, what you could actually manifest. But chicks don't know about that shit, man. Matter of fact, most people don't know about that shit. And even then, I'm not about to sit here and, like, be a testament to that because I don't do that shit. It could be real, but I'm just saying, like, I've never seen somebody talking that manifestation talk in a good position. I've never seen them in a superior position, like just a top tier position. I've never seen it, bro. And I'm talking about in real life. I'm not talking about no Mr. Organic type dude. Shout out to Mr. Organic. But like, I'm talking about regular people that you know in real life. You've never seen one of them talking manifestation like and really be up. Like, I never seen that.
Those are separate entities. You're getting this confused. You're getting it confused.
It's getting warm in here now.
We're talking about.
Did they turn the heat
like,
on?
Okay.
What the hell happened?
She just exploded again. So look, we're just talking about this. Just simple forms of this. All right, a masculine man and a feminine woman. Okay, you can't get a masculine man to be a quarter feminine. You can't get him to be like. You just not know the fuck you can't.
It's called balance.
No,
why do we have to be feminine?
I promise you.
It's called balance.
Man,
That's
listen.
the problem.
It's a change in the atmosphere. It's a change in the atmosphere. Women are starting to grab in men's asses now. You want to grab our ass when we walk by, slap me? What you touching my butt for? Well, you touch mine because you.
Balance.
Y'all want us to be. Y'all want us to be.
No.
More gayer.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Y'all want us to be gayer.
Or just be more feminine. Like you want a man to be. Yes, it is.
Y'all want us to be a little gay.
You got to understand that being feminine is a part of who you are. You are born of a feminine woman and a man, a masculine man. You were both of them.
I dropped out my daddy nuts. I wasn't in no woman.
You have an X and a Y chromosome.
Right.
That X is the feminine part.
I know.
The Y is the masculine part. So you are both of them.
Where you learn that? Where you learn that from?
Science.
Yeah.
I don't believe science.
Tap into your feminine energy. That's what you have to do. Yeah.
I just had to pause because this cat said he don't believe in science. I could see what type of video we gonna have going on here. Like what I'm trying to let happen, trying to let her get to the point where she actually says what she wants a man to be feminine for. Because that doesn't make sense. Like when we talking about a relationship, black women especially, they created this whole narrative about sassy man and sassy. And we won't get into the DL stuff as far as down low men. Because like, again, they create that narrative too. As far as, it's a lot of down low men. Like it's been gay white man and stuff like that in relationships and stuff like that. But like really pushing the envelope and a narrative and always talking about down low men, that's like some black woman shit. So yeah, so the black women are very anti, what do you call it? Feminine when it comes to heterosexual males. Very anti-feminist. So it's very peculiar to hear a woman say that, a man should be tapping into his feminine, especially a black woman. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
No.
It doesn't have anything to do with being gay.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with being. No, we ain't even talking about being gay. We talking about even being emotional. Because once you display emotions to a woman, then a woman don't look at you the same.
Well, that's probably why you say
Nah, it ain't. It's every woman, bro. Like you cannot display no kind of weakness in front of a woman. Then they gonna think that you was a sucker.
Who said anything about emotions being weakness?
No,
emotions is how you feel.
No. We talking about you saying. Remember, we was talking about like your feminine side of being masculine, right?
But
we was talking about, but that's an emotion. No. That's a part of it for men. Is what I'm saying. Like, okay, if I sit here and I'm like.
Are you telling me that you can't sit down and have a conversation with your woman about missing your mother that passed away?
That's a good question. I haven't did that yet.
You can. See, we switching gears.
Now we know why your woman left you.
What you mean?
Now we know why your woman left you, because you're hiding very important parts of yourself from your woman, afraid of being weak.
No. I can't remember. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I didn't have those conversations with her, because she walked me. No, because you got to think, she walked me through the process. She knew what she was going through before, because her mom been through it.
Okay.
So she walked me through the process.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't say. That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking about me talking about my true emotions about the shit.
But I don't.
But I don't feel.
Is your feminine side?
You don't have to be feminine to tell a woman something that's hurting you. That don't have to necessarily mean you feminine.
What I'm helping you realize is that is the part that we are talking about. When you say your feminine side, we're not talking about that's not what the fuck we talking about.
As soon as
I
done did that, and they will weaponize that shit later.
Yes, Lord.
They will weaponize
your weak ass. You was a weak ass nigga.
Exactly, bitch ass nigga. Because you was this, that, and the third just a couple of months ago. Whoa. So no, you don't do that shit.
Oh well, those are narcissistic women.
I mean,
so the plane has landed and they said what needed to be said, and I was waiting for her response to, what needed to be said, instead of jumping in and saying it before they could say it. So every guy knows, like if you're watching this, and even it's like guys who don't even know what the manosphere is. No, you cannot be vulnerable. I'm not going to say you can't be vulnerable at all, but the vulnerability has to be like very called for. And even then, it's always, I don't care if, it's because your whole family, I'm talking about your whole family tree blew up on a plane that you wasn't on or something like that. And you crying about it to your girl. Like, even that is risky. Because a lot of bitches can't help themselves. And yes, I said bitches. Because if you take that and weaponize it against a man, you are the scum of the fucking earth. And a lot of bitches can't help themselves. But when we get past that, because that's an extreme situation, I said, If we get just down to you just having mild depression, if we get down to you having issues at the job where you were stressed out and stuff like that, if we get down to you being scared of something that is not like too crazy, like for example, like going and like getting a surgery or something like that that's not too invasive, like getting your wisdom tooth pulled or whatever the case may be, like, or even going under the knife for, what do you call it, like Achilles surgery or like your ACL or MCL or something like that, to where you got to get put out and stuff like that. And you got some fear about that whole process. Like, when you express stuff like that to your girl, like, they take notes, they put it in their back pocket. And when you get in arguments, because you got to remember, women love chaos, you could be the most peaceful motherfucker, right? You could be somebody who you don't got a girl right now. You ain't had a girl for years. And life is just peaceful. Life is just peace. You don't go around arguing with dudes. You don't go around, being about to fight nobody. You don't argue with no random chicks that you work at a job with, or even a female friend that you might have. Like, nothing. Like, you just be cool and smooth. You just a cool, smooth motherfucker. Then you get in a relationship with a chick and she just need that stimulation. She need that drama. She need to find problems where there ain't none. Because again, most women are chaotic. That's just their nature. So you're getting some arguments over some bullshit, and you might not be Mr. Bullshit to where you arguing all the time, or you might just be a cool motherfucker, but at the same time, you might not be stoic, and you might just not be for the bullshit. You might think certain things need to be checked or whatever the case may be, and boom, you going back and forth with this chick. And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, nigga, you was scared to get hemorrhoid surgery, you bitch ass nigga. You mother, just all on you. Just all on your head top. Now, this is the ironic part of this, like, as far as this whole thing that just played out, this whole segment. To me, she comes off as somebody who would do that shit. Who would do that shit. It's very funny that she said, oh, that's why your woman left you, because you're not being vulnerable enough and letting her inside of you. And like, men are not to be penetrated, man. Ain't nobody supposed to be going inside you as a man, like, as far as no woman. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck what she talking about. If you got to talk about something that's really heavy on your heart and it's not super serious, go and get a therapist. Go and talk to your mans. Go and talk to anybody but your fucking girl. Like, I always say, man, girls, like, the thing that they do, and that's how come they can't understand, man, because we be, like, they say we not empathetic and shit like that. We do not throw the shit back in their face. And I'm going to talk about something in a moment about that before we continue. But we typically don't, and I'm talking about majority, I'm talking about like 90, if not 99%. We don't throw their vulnerabilities back in their face. And the thing about it is, it wouldn't even hit the same anyway, because when you're a woman and you are effeminate, you are weak. Like, that's just what it is. We don't, like, that's how come they have to put such an emphasis on, like, ooh, I'm a strong woman and strong, because they're literally not strong. They're literally like physically not strong. So we got to put an emphasis on like the mental and just career. We got to put an emphasis on the strength of women, because in general, they are weak. Like, even when you look at emotionally, yeah, they are weak. Now, I give them credit for like carrying babies and going through childbirth and a lot of the stuff that they go through. I will say that they are strong as far as dealing with those things. But if we were talking about in a general sense of dealing with life, no. So just that now that we got that point made, now that we have that point made, there is no expectation in general of women anywhere on the planet to be the strongest anywhere in any situation. There's just not from a societal standpoint. So if you take that as far as their vulnerabilities and try and throw it in their face like, you weak motherfucker, it really don't hold no weight. It don't hold no weight, because women are meant to be protected. They are weak. That's just what it is. It's just the truth. This is not no fucking, oh, you hate women. No, this is really the dynamic between men and women. And this is just what it is. So you could throw it back in a woman's face and it might hurt, but it's not going to hit the same, because their pride is not connected. It is a woman is not connected to being strong. Their pride is not connected to being capable of protecting others. That's just not what their operation is as far as what they're set up to do. As far as the men, those are things that we are genetically hardwired to do to some extent, all the way from like prehistoric times and stuff like that. And then as far as society looks to us to do that. And then as far as grooming from our parents and just, again, the community, society, etc., we are groomed to do that. And we have that expectation placed on us, not just by society, but the people in our life to be strong. So every step of the way, that is what we are supposed to be. So again, this is not no He-Man woman hater club shit. If motherfucker, oh, he's saying women weak and somebody want to react to it and pause it. No, we are absolutely strong because we pump humans out of our coochie and, you know, have periods and stuff. That's cool. We talk about the dynamics of how society works, how the masculine and the feminine works. That's just what it is. So throwing the vulnerabilities back in a chick's face, it's not going to hit the same as where dudes, it could literally like damn near destroy a dude's whole ego, his whole like frame as a man. Because it's like, damn, like I gave you that part of myself. I gave you that vulnerable part of myself. And it's just like, I think it's the Samson and Delilah story out the Bible. Like you like you trying to take away my strength. Like it's nasty. Like, you know, she cut the dude hair, I think. And yeah, that's the story. And that's exactly what it is. So it's completely different. Like it's not cutting you down. It's your true essence as a woman if a dude throws it. And even then, that doesn't really happen. But when it comes to men, it's like you got to protect that part of you so much because we don't got room to be crumbling, bruh. Because nobody's coming to save us, bruh. And it's very hard to move through life and move through the world as a man where nobody is coming to save you. And you got all this like just pain and depression and just shit ruminating through your head. You fucked up. It's hard to do that. It's hard to move through the world and do what you're supposed to do when you got that going on. And I'm not saying it's not hard for women to do that either, but I'm saying that as far as like, you got to protect yourself from that because your woman could cause you that pain. Man, I seen a video and I stopped the whole video right here that I'm doing right now. I stopped the whole video to find it. I can't find it, but somebody was on Reddit. It was a chick. And she basically said something to her man along the lines of, yo, like, you don't even make me orgasm. I've been faking for like the past 5-6 years. That really fucked up her dude's ego, right? She said it in a moment of anger, right? Now she's on Reddit asking the women in one of the Reddit threads, like, yo, how can I get this motherfucker to, you know, like me again? Like, he has shut down. He has been stonewalling me. He has been cold to me. Like, he probably about to divorce me. Like, we probably could. We probably could. All because she felt the need to shit on him in a very personal way, to really stab that knife into his gut and twist it. Which you hear me say this all the time, and it's very funny to me. Like, women say, oh man, men don't have empathy, they don't give a, like, you see all the shit the chicks do, they don't give no fucks about how men feel about anything for the most part. Now, the thing that I said earlier that I was going to get back to, just a quick side note, is I've been seeing lately just a lot of posts where chicks will talk about, oh yeah, XYZ, and when they paint these guys, I'll give you one example. There's a post that's going viral right now on Facebook, and I got it on the screen. You could basically pause and read it. And what it's saying is that a lot of guys are responsible for a woman's fall off. So you see, these are the same women. You see boom, boom, and then you see boom, and then we go boom right there. So these women are falling off, and, you know, in the post, it blames men for these women overeating and, you know, just all of this stuff. All of this stuff the women are doing to themselves. Men are not doing this. And it's saying, oh man, men will drain so much of your energy to where you get fat and you fall off. As no accountability. And anytime on that post that you see a guy say something like, man, ain't no dude doing this to y'all. Y'all doing it to yourselves and stuff like that. The women's response is, there are men who are so draining and so, emotionally manipulative. They are liars and da-da-da-da. It's just like they paint all these qualities of a very bad guy. And I'm going to tell you something. Rest in peace to my dog, man. My dog was one of the most bitch-gettingest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. He gave me some good game that I will take and hold on to forever. Some of these chicks be having the same dude over and over and over, and it be these fucked up guys, these fucked up individuals. This is what be going on. He told me, like, yo, a lot of these chicks are fucked up. They fucked up mentally, might be spiritually, whatever the case may be. They might have fucked up situations. Their finances might be fucked up. Their living situation might be fucked up. They might be bad parents. Their kids might be taken, somebody might have the custody of their kids might have been revoked and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. Like, so you got a lot of fucked up chicks out here, right? Just mentally and just situationally fucked up chicks. What they do, if they see you, if you trying to get at them and you a good dude and you aren't toxic and you are not, this emotional manipulator that they keep talking about, you are a really good, genuine dude. They absolutely are repulsed by you. And the reason they are repulsed by you is because they gravitate towards the bad guys. And we could get into all the emotional, like, stimulation and drama that these guys, like, provide them and stuff like that, but we're not going to get into that. The reason that they gravitate towards these guys, as far as these, these bad guys who really just, if you let them tell it, ruin their life and they're just the worst guys, it is because they need somebody to blame for what's wrong with them in their situation. These women didn't get fucked up. And I'm not talking about the chicks on the screen. Because that's a whole different thing. I might talk about that, I might not. But the chicks that I'm talking about, they didn't get fucked up when they got with the guy. They were fucked up before they got with a guy. And they wanted the guy to blame for why they are fucked up. It's like, that shit was like poetry when he told it to me. He told me that probably 20, something like 20, somewhere in the ballpark of 2019, 2020, somewhere in that ballpark. And guess what? He was one of those guys, he was always putting chicks through turmoil and shit. And if you couldn't tell, that is completely not me. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm a peaceful motherfucker. I'm not about to run no drama game or no weird shit like that. I'm cool. That's not who I am. Now, and I know we going deep in a rabbit hole right now, because we got a video we supposed to be reacting to and watching, but hey, somebody said longer videos, so here we are. And so a lot of y'all like the long form content anyway, so that's what we doing. But we got this side quest that we on right now, so bear with me. Now, my theory on why a lot of those chicks that you see in the pictures, that they fell off, whether they got fat or they got mad skinny, or they just got scraggly, whatever the case is. I'm going to tell you something, man. When chicks get with a dude and they're with a dude long enough, they begin to get comfortable. Guess what comes with that comfort? Especially if you've been with them a long time, letting yourself go. Letting yourself go, and sometimes even just doing shit. Like cutting your whole fucking hair off for no reason. Even though that's one of the features that he might have liked about you. You just do that shit just because you want to do some shit. Fuck him. Fuck what he think. But anyways, they landed that plane. What we are going to do now, we're going to go to the last 15-ish minutes of the video, and we're going to react to that because that's where everything goes super left.
Shit, we are uncomfortable too.
Okay, let's move on. We don't need to spend too much time talking about what we don't like. I want to talk about what I do like.
Okay, so
what you do like?
This is what I'm saying. Are you willing to listen to what a man say he wants and comply to those things without any like you got to
rebuttal.
Exactly, rebuttal.
Hell no.
That's bullshit.
Hell no.
Why?
Because I know.
I'm saying if he take care of you, he take care of your necessary needs.
I'm an empowered woman. And it doesn't really matter what you do for me because I'm able to do it for myself.
Alpha woman.
And if kissing your ass is required,
what? That ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't kissing ass.
Because I just said I don't like.
That ain't kissing ass. No. We ain't talking about no ass right now. We done got over that.
Okay.
He asked you a question that you trying to get away from. That's how they get away from answering the right shit. That's how they get away from it. That's how they get away from it, because they ask you some dumb shit and get you confused. Because we get confused easy. A man confuses real easy. Mm-hmm. And she tried to fuck us up.
She fucked me up quick. Glad you caught it.
If a man asking you for things, can you talk about his feelings without bringing yours up?
Sure.
Shit.
Boy, you that shit did not sound confident. Like, goddamn.
I can listen.
Oh, okay. So why didn't that not sound confident? Because you listen, but would you comply? Would you understand?
I would understand, and I would comply if those things are within reason for me.
You know why y'all can't hear sometimes? Because y'all listen to rebuttal. Y'all don't listen to understand nobody.
No.
I'm going to tell you.
Y'all listen, and while y'all listening, y'all building the case at the same time.
We're not in the 60s, baby. We are in 2024, which is really equivalent to 2054. We're in a new age now. The future is feminine. Why the fuck do you think I must cater to what your needs are?
Nobody ain't say that.
Let me tell you what we're going to do first of all. First of all, what we're going to do is talk about my motherfucking needs. No. And once my needs are met, then I'll think about meeting your goddamn needs.
She's a groomer.
See, this is a core issue as far as modern relationships, especially with the modern woman. The issue is empty entitlement. Empty entitlement. As a man, you know that you have to bring some value just to get a woman's attention, then also to even bag the woman, then also to court the woman if you decide to do that, or even to get her back to the crib. You got to have something. You got to have something about you that she absolutely likes, loves, whatever the case may be. And typically in a lot of cases, because our value isn't inherent, we had to work to get this value. And it is something that a chick absolutely likes or loves. And regardless, we have to put in some level of effort as far as the pursuit or whatever the case may be, as far as getting a woman and just the whole process. Even in a relationship, the effort doesn't stop. So from the moment we begin engaging with you, we are putting in effort. The multiple moments within a relationship that is developing that we risk rejection because you're not about to do it. You're not about to, pursue the man or go try and get him or nothing like that. You're not about to put yourself up on a chop and play for rejection and stuff like that. So, man, we'll do that. And we are still putting in work. In those moments, that's us putting in work. So while it takes two to make a relationship work, like, especially in the early phases, like, chicks aren't really doing shit. You're not really doing shit. You'll be on a date. A nigga is paying for the date. And you still trying to qualify this man during the date. Like, okay, he paying, but do you go to school? Where do you work? Trying to qualify the dude. And then even got the nerve, in some cases, to test the dude. And I could keep going, but this is what it comes down to. She has no desire. She has no desire to reciprocate any effort. And even then, I really want to say at any point, because there has to be a pinnacle a guy has to reach based on what she said. All her needs have to be met. All of them. Not some of them, all of them. And then she won't just go and begin to reciprocate. She will consider reciprocating. This is a very selfish woman that we are looking at. But this is the thing. Forget her. She's a representative of the mindset that a lot of women have. And it's really nasty. And this is why you got to put in time and don't just dive into a relationship or a marriage. That's Steve Harvey bullshit. I knew. A man know if a woman is a wife and the first second he look at her, he gonna be married within 3 months. All that bullshit they be talking, trying to peddle to these chicks, that should be bullshit. Put in the time. Make them wait. Let things play out. Throw some tests at them if you got to do that. Test it. vet them, all of that stuff, so that you do not end up with a chick like this.
I'm gonna
tell you. This is what you call a grooming woman. She's a groomer. She want to groom a man.
No,
that's right. I do.
This is
why
I
do. I build a man and I make him into what I want him to be. That's what I do.
Can't no woman make a man.
God damn.
How long you been in your relationship now?
90 days.
Like that.
90 days.
Yes.
Boy, that's a rough one. That's a rough 90, but I'm gonna tell you just right here.
Don't tell her about your feelings.
Is the reason that old civil rights bullshit and all that old woman bullshit. This is the reason why shit fucked up right now. You know, y'all talk about the ladies in the 60s and the 50s and shit like that, but they had real families and had real wealth and had land and everything.
Damn right.
Yeah, because my great aunt, shit, called me when I was damn near, 40-something, talking about selling some land they had for years.
Yeah, but those women were severely suppressed.
You say that,
those
but
women were severely.
I am
we're not suppressed anymore.
But you say
those women were severely suppressed.
Okay, give me an example of one.
That word listen.
A lot of them were not able to step out and use their creative gifts for what they want to.
What do you mean?
They were only able to use them to build a home.
Okay, how many women got creative gifts? A
lot of women have creative gifts.
She's talking about creative gifts. Listen, guess what Grandpappy was doing? Great-great-grandpappy. Guess what he was doing? He had a CDL. He was driving trucks, or he was working at the factory, the steel mill, or he was a farmer. You know, those types of things. Those types of things. Grandpa might have had a creative gift. Grandpa might have been a great singer. Grandpa might have been good at playing chess. Grandpa might have XYZ. Grandpa might have been a good tap dancer. Those are creative gifts. That's what a creative gift, something to where, okay, this is artistic and creative. For most people throughout the history of man, throughout the history of America, and even in the past 5 years, most people who have creative gifts don't pay bills with their creative gifts. So I understand, you know, if we talking about some grand scheme to where we have a lot of guys who write hit TV shows, a lot of comedians, a lot of XYZ, creative men. You know, women weren't able to be as creative, even though you had people like Betty White and Lucille Ball. Lucy was killing shit back then. So you did have some creative, but was it the majority of women? Majority of women were capable and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. But now we're at a time where the playing field is pretty even. Unless you want to do this whole wage gap bullshit when we talk about female celebrities and stuff like that. When we talk about creative gifts, the majority of people who have creative gifts, their creative gifts don't pay the bills. And that's regardless of gender. So saying creative, I don't know what she is thinking, because doing taxes is not a creative gift. Working with the water department is not a creative gift. Working as a cop, there's nothing about that job to where it's a creative gift is involved. So there are plenty of jobs that not only, you know, move society along, but even when you get past that, there are jobs that, you know, help companies make millions and billions and trillions of dollars. I ain't gonna say trillions. I don't know about no $1 trillion company. But yeah, markets making trillions of dollars and stuff like that. And dudes are doing jobs and women are doing jobs in some cases. Most of them don't require creativity. Most of them do not require creativity. So I don't know what she's talking about with this creative gift shits, but you got to remember she's a goddess that manifests, a dude that she's been with for 90 days that she's not going to do shit for. That's where we're at. But also remember, you're supposed to open up to a chick that's not doing shit for you or she's going to leave.
A lot of women are running successful businesses nowadays.
Right.
And it ain't just about me building a home or cooking your food or ironing your clothes. It's not just about that anymore. Women are using their energies and their powers to do things for themselves that women back in the day prayed and wished they could do.
Okay, so...
What, have you seen The Color Purple?
Nope. I don't even
You haven't seen The Color Purple, not even the new one.
I don't like that shit.
If you look at it, Celia was in a relationship with Mr. where she was suppressed as a woman. She had creative gifts, but she could not use her gifts for what she wanted to do because every time she felt empowered, he would drain her energy from her body, climbing on top of her, fucking her. Anytime a man is climbing on top of you, fucking you, and he don't believe in you, he don't believe in your dreams, he'll make you late for your shit. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Damn.
A woman needs a man that makes her feel empowered. Meaning, if I tell you I got something important I want to do in my life, you are helping me get there to my goal. Because that's what she's supposed to be doing with him. Correct?
Mm-hmm. The first thing I'm going to say, a lot of what first off, let's cover this whole like creative stuff just one more time, man. Even if you look in the black community, like you had comedians back in like the 30s or 40s, like Ma Mabel or whatever her name was, and a bunch of other people. They did a whole movie on the chick. I can't remember the chick name. She had like a clothing line or something like that. There were black women who, you know, were getting a lot of money, or if not getting a lot of money, they were famous because, you know, we were discriminated against heavily back then. I might be thinking of Madam C.J. Walker as far as like the clothing line or whatever the case may be. I'm not about to fact check or nothing. You could do your Googles. They got a movie on whoever I'm talking about. But there were women back then who were big in entertainment, fashion, et cetera, and they were black women. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, even when we look at that time frame or even now, the minority of people, like I mentioned earlier, get to capitalize on their creative gifts. The great thing is now to where, like, in comparison to then, like, okay, let's say you were like a singer back then in like the 70s or 60s or 40s, whatever the case may be. You know, you'll be lucky if you get at a club in your city, and you wasn't going to make it if you was in a poop city. You had to move to like a Detroit, a New York, a Las Vegas. You had to move somewhere where the entertainment industry was, which is still the case to some degree. And, you know, you getting like the low tier, like entertainment money will be you performing in the small city, probably a city that you live in or relocated to, or even just doing like, I think it was Muddy Waters in the Cadillac Records movie, you know, getting your guitar and putting the amp outside, you know, and playing downtown in the middle of the street, getting money and stuff like that. Now we live in an era where you could get on TikTok, you could get and you could get a little bit of money from, you know, your talents. It's not enough to pay your bills, but you could get a little bit of money from some of your creative gifts. So we live in a different time to where there are more avenues and more ways to get that exposure to where, you know, you could be in Switzerland and still be popping in America. And trust me, this is true. But let me get to the main points for this stoppage right here. So the first one is, this is going to, everything that she is saying is going to the example of me talking about, as far as the foundation of this channel, how feminism has messed a lot of stuff up as far as just the natural order, because she's talking about businesses, don't need no man, shouldn't be catered, like just all of this stuff. We shouldn't be catering, cooking, and cleaning because we got dreams and goals and stuff like that. Listen, if that's how you want to live your life as an individual, that is cool. But I don't know how you expect a successful relationship out of that, especially with the type of guy that you want. Which leads me to my next point. You know, it's cool to believe in your girl and her dreams to some extent. You know, and let me go back and put on to some extent, within reason. Within reason. As a man, I think it is far more important that you as a man find somebody who supports your dreams and aspirations and stuff like that. Because going back to natural order and stuff like that, it's two things. Number one, if we just look at biblical or just even, you know, most religions, they're going to say a woman is there to help a man. The man is the one who has to go out and kill the bear, you know, kill the tiger, bring it back home. And the woman is supposed to skin it down, you know, turn the meat into soup and all of that stuff. You know, that's how, you know, evolution has worked. That's how things have worked throughout history with men and women as far as the dynamic, and even biblical and like just through most religions. That's how it works. So let me make it clear for you very quickly. A man is supposed to have purpose and direction, and he is supposed to be leading the way. He is supposed to be taking you both to where he is going. The woman is supposed to help him on the way, whatever way she can. So he is the leader, and that is a part of leading what direction he is going in as a man, whether it be dreams, aspirations, whatever the case may be. And it could even be, you know, something that you think like, this is not even the main shit that I'm doing, but it's something that I'm doing on the side, whatever the case may be. You just got to find a woman that is 360 supportive of you, like just supportive of everything that you aspire to do. So that's the first thing. But on the other hand, on the other end of that, because we just went biblical and all that stuff as far as leading, women with all of this talk that they have, like we don't want to cook, we don't want to clean, we want to go and chase our goals and da-da-da-da-da. Most of them don't want a stay-at-home guy. Most of them don't want a guy that is, taking the feminine role as, okay, it really don't matter what I do because my goal or my purpose is to be here supporting you. They don't want that. And that's the difference between men and women and why this dynamic she's talking about doesn't work. Because if a guy is successful or a guy is chasing success, he wants the woman to be supportive of him on his road to success. He doesn't need the woman to be as successful as him or anything like that. But that is where the issue comes. When it comes to women, even women like this, they still want a hell of a nigga. They still want the A+++ man. If they are an A+ woman, they want the A++ man. If they are a B- woman, they want the B+ or A++, whatever it is. They want anything greater than them. They want a man that is superior to them, a man that is greater than them. And people don't like the word superiority, but if you make 100,000 and you saying shit like, or you make 80,000, you saying shit like, my man got to make 6 figures, my man got to make at least as much as me, if not more than me. That's a superior position financially. So you could hate the word, and we could just sugarcoat it and paint it in a different light. Well, you want a nigga that's better than you. We could say that. Or we could just, you want a guy who has more financial advantages. If you want me to fucking be Stuart Lipkiss and shit like that, and you want me to just paint a picture a certain way so that it's more palatable for you so that you can digest it, I could do that. But it's all the same shit. You don't want to lead a man in a relationship, but you want a supportive man. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a man being supportive of his woman in her dreams. And that's why I said within reason. Your dreams cannot be the driving force of a relationship, because I cannot be expected to follow you, but you still expect me to lead. You still expect me to catch up. Like, that's just not how it works. Or you expect me to be greater than you. So this is all why a lot of shit is fucked up and why relationships is so crazy and stuff like that, because you got all these career independent, boss babe, good degree having, good job having, but hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands in debt ass women who think they better than the man they chose to be with, the man that they actually chose to be with. And they'll say stupid shit like, well, I got with him off of potential. And listen, that's not stupid by itself. That's not stupid by itself. But it's stupid when the bar is to be better than you. The bar is like, okay, I need you at some point to be better than me. Can you not get a guy that's better than you right now? The answer to that is no. Most of these chicks can. Most of these chicks can. Like most of these boss babes who make 100,000, 50 million, they can't get a guy that's better than them. Most of them. That's just what it is. We're going to let this shit rock out, though.
So, when Celie left Mister, when Suge Avery came and helped Celie feel empowered as a woman, Celie opened her own business. Mm-hmm. Her own business. Mm-hmm. And a lot of women are feeling trapped in relationships with men because we give so much of our energy from our sacral chakra, our sexual chakra. We're giving away our power and our energy to men who don't even believe in us. Men who won't even get us there on time.
Okay, who picked them?
That's a problem.
Who picked them?
No. It ain't about who picked who.
It is about that. Did you pick them?
We picked each other.
Accountability is poisonous to most women.
What do you mean?
Well, you saying he's sorry and all this old bullshit, but you
nobody said anything about anybody being sorry.
I'm saying, but you saying he don't believe in you. You said he didn't believe in you.
when you feel empowered as a woman more without a man, you're not gonna really want.
But this
one.
is what I don't understand. Hold on.
If you feel more empowered without a man, you're not gonna really want one. Let me ask you this.
And just think about what she said. She didn't say if you were empowered, you don't want a man that don't believe you or nothing like that. She said if you were empowered, you don't want a man. They inherently, or she inherently, feels like a man will bring her down. Just having a man, any man, will bring her down. That's how she, because it's one thing to paint the picture how she did as far as, oh, he don't believe in me, he don't believe in me. But then it went from that to just, if you were empowered, you don't want a man. Yet y'all still try and get, she in a relationship for 90 days. I don't know if she said that in the video, but she said that in this actual video somewhere. I don't know if she said it in me reacting to it, but yeah.
Why would a man not believe in you if he gonna get in a relationship with you? Give me one nigga that would get in a relationship with you and don't believe in you.
Plenty of them.
Shit, I ain't
there
never
are plenty
believe.
of men out here who will get in a relationship with a woman, but sabotaging her at every chance that he gets.
What you mean?
And let me just say something personal about me, because, you know, the whole dream stuff, you might have the wrong idea. Because me in real life, me personally, one of the things that I'm known for is breathing life into people. Helping people believe theyself. And when it come to women, I've breathed life into a lot of women. Some I wasn't fucking with at all. We was just coworkers or we was just cool. Some of them I was fucking with. Some of them might have been girlfriends. But one thing I learned personally through experience, through one of my best friends, is that you might believe in yourself to some degree, or you might not believe in yourself to some degree. But I'll tell you something. Somebody truly believing in you, another third party, somebody outside of you believing in you, and actually not just believing in you, but like believing you could take it to very high heights, believing that you could do the things that you may not think you could do. That belief that another person has can compel somebody to actually do things that they have been stalling on, or that they don't think they're capable of doing. Or even just being great in general, just stepping up their greatness. They might already be great. It could help them elevate their greatness. This is like real game for real. Like, I've experienced it and I've done it with a lot of people. So that is very powerful. That's just a gem for you to take. And I do see the importance in that. But the one thing, just so we keep this in perspective as far as this conversation, if I'm with a babe, and she want to move to LA to pursue her acting career, if there is nothing in LA for me and I'm following her lead, we just got to separate. We just got to part ways, because it depends on what my grind is and where I need to be at. If there is nothing for me in LA and that's going to take me off my trajectory, personally, I can't have that. Hey, I wish you the best. You do great out there. I know you'll kill it. I don't do long distance relationships, and I'm not moving to LA. I'm not about to be in Compton at the swap meet super mall. I'm not about to be doing that shit. And then we get out there. Let's just pretend my home base is where we at in like fucking Wisconsin or whatever the fuck. And, you know, I leave what I got going on there to go to LA to follow you and your dreams. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. Paola and Russ on 90 Day Fiance. I know y'all don't watch that shit. Listen, it is some funny ass shit. You got to watch it, man. It is some deluxe simping. And she's on the first season. You know, she's from Colombia. Hot babe. Cold. Russ is from Oklahoma. Like just nasty. Like completely different climates, completely different culture. Like he's a country boy, white dude. Long story short, Paola is a hot chick. She wants to be a model in America and get this model money because she's a 10, bro. She's a 10. I'm going to put her on the screen. So this is the deal, right? They're together. She's hot. You know, he got her and all that. He got her back in the States. She don't like Oklahoma. She wants to move to Miami because that is where a lot of Hispanics are, number one. So she could be, more closer to the culture that she comes from. And she could also get modeling money and, be a star and all that stuff, right? Because that's what she's built for. Like, as far as her beauty and stuff like that. And even in, like, Colombia, she has a foundation in modeling and doing all that stuff. So, boom. That's what she gets money doing. You're not going to get no modeling money in Oklahoma like you're going to get in Miami. You're not going to get those opportunities. So, Russ is like an oil rigger, right? He's got a career doing this, and he's paying the bills and stuff like that. That's what he's doing. So guess what happens, because, come on, man. Like, this dude, he's happy to be there. He's happy to be there. Just me keeping it a bean, he's happy to be there. They decide to move to Miami. There is, of course, no oil rig working out in Miami. Not even in the area that they live in, the whole Dade County, Florida. He can't get no oil type jobs and stuff like that. So he has to switch careers. He has to find something out. He has to figure something out. And he is feeling financial pressure to provide for his girl, his new wife. He is trying to figure out a way to provide. And the reason he was put in that situation is because they decided to follow her path, her leadership, her dreams. And now she's getting, her gig. She's doing all right. But she don't like paying them bills. She don't like paying all them bills. She waiting for this cat to get on his feet. She getting frustrated, irritated by this cat not having a job, by him not being in a position to provide, et cetera. But this is what she wanted. This is what she wanted. Now, they're still together. This is like 10 years old, stuff like that. They got a kid together now, beautiful family, all that good stuff. But that's just an example of how things go and how things work. Like so you want me to move away so you could do what you want to do financially. You could get your opportunities and stuff like that. But you getting mad at me for not making money when my way of making money was rooted in where we live. It's crazy. But let me take it a step further than that, and this is why you should watch 90 Day Fiancé. Russ is like a conservative Christian guy, right? He is very upset that his spicy Latina from Colombia is doing thong pictures and stuff like, oh man, he was so mad at some of those swimsuit joints. He would be hovering over her like a hawk during these photo shoots where the photographer is trying to get her to open up. And and she gets mad because it's like, yeah, he's ruining her modeling career that she's trying to start in Miami. Like, he's ruining it. Because if she can't go there and be free and just show the butt cheeks off and stuff like that, like, and just be sexy, and he's over there regulating the sexy and saying, you can't do that, you can't do this, nobody's going to want to work with her. So it's a big conflict of interest. I recommend y'all watch it if you into that type of stuff. And if you, like me, and you just really be amused by that type of shit.
What do you mean?
Drake, Blake, have you ever met a nigga like that? I ain't never met a nigga like that ever in my life.
You have some women that want to work and their man don't want them to work. Like back in the 60s.
Yeah.
There were women who wanted to work. Their man did not let them work. Yeah. That's sabotage.
No, it's not.
Yes, the fuck it is.
Hell no. It's making sure he makes sure that another nigga ain't got to get his goddamn woman. He ain't goddamn.
That's sabotage.
Fuck that. He real.
Insecurities.
Nah, that nigga real.
Insecurities sabotage your woman for being the best version of herself that she could be. That's the shit that I'm talking about.
You just want freedom.
You want your woman to stay home, hidden in the closet from any other man getting her attention.
And guess what? You want to be a wild ass hyena and get in the damn streets with them other ragged ass bitches that you know.
Listen,
that's what you want to do.
This is coming from a broken place.
Hey, it is. I'm just telling you what y'all want to do.
No.
That's what y'all want to do.
A woman wants to shine.
Man, get the
like
fuck out of here.
Y'all
want to get in these packs like y'all hyenas.
Women want a shot. I let me tell you. First of all, I'm not a woman that hang in packs.
I'm saying, but most of we talk about most of the women. We talk about, but
I don't need no giggling bitches behind my fucking back.
It's no such thing.
I don't got no female friends because that's how they are.
It's no such thing.
They giggle in your face. They giggle behind your motherfucking back.
Listen,
I don't need them.
Listen, it's no such thing as an alpha female.
I'm looking for this is the reason why having partnership is so important to me. Why having the right man in my life is so important to me because he is supposed to be my ride or die.
Okay.
I don't got no group of bitches riding with me.
Okay.
He riding with me.
That's cool.
And I don't need them.
You talk to him like this?
So that's why it's important for him to be that kind of partner for me.
Do you talk to him like this?
Like what?
Like how you talking to us right now? Do you talk to him like that?
You over talking.
Yeah.
Tell me a lot of women.
Yeah, tell me you talk to him like that.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And you expect him to be a ride or die for you.
Can I say this? I ain't gonna say a lot of women.
You.
I was sitting here listening.
Man, I watched the viral clip so many times that I forgot. Yeah, the reason that I was even reacting to this is not because of the conversation so much, but because she just started tweaking. She just started going off. At this point, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to be disingenuous. I just feel like that's how she communicate and that's how she talk when she getting in these conversations. And it need to be dialed back a little bit. I don't think that it's personally at these two. That's just me being honest. But I think that's her style of communication. And the issue with that is, if you just look at this conversation, it's like you're trying to be the loudest and, like he said, overtalk them. And it's like, bruh, everybody don't want to do that. I understand if it's like, you know, we talk, because you got to really think about this. A lot of people have these men-women podcasts and stuff like that. And it don't always come down to yelling. Like, it really don't be like that the majority of the time. People is talking because some people know how to communicate, get their point across without going crazy. But what I was going to say is I could understand if we talking about like, you know, Kobe versus LeBron or something like that stuff is like just some irrelevant, minuscule stuff that people get passionate about. And the expectation with those conversations is that people get loud and stuff like that. You done been at the court and then had those LeBron versus Kobe debates and stuff like that. I don't know what the debate is now, like LeBron GOAT status maybe, or like Tatum, who the face of the league is. I don't know. I could get all deep on the social dynamics of it, but like, yeah, that is reserved for those conversations. And I'm going to tell you something real. Even when we talking about dudes, you got some dudes who get it. Some dudes who y'all could talk to each other like that. You might not even know the dude, but y'all could talk to each other like that and nobody take it personal. But then you got some dudes who take that shit personal and try and take it left, even though we just talking about Kobe and LeBron. Nobody's insulting each other or nothing like that. And shit'll go real left, like real left. Like it'll go real just off the energy. And the person misunderstanding the energy, not liking the energy. And we could talk about that being feminine or masculine. We could talk about that shit all day. But at the end of the day, if that's how you communicate, you might have to deal with an issue as a man in a certain situation. That's just what it is. Now, these people are pretty comfortable with each other and they talking about podcast stuff and it's men and women and stuff like that. But I just don't see the need for the yelling to go that crazy. We're going to continue, though, because we only got 2 minutes left.
There's no way in the fuck, because I done dealt with this.
Mm-hmm,
There's no way in the fuck.
Too.
I'm going to sit here and take you serious when you doing this shit to me. I got a mama, or had. I don't need another mama. I need a partner.
Yeah.
My partner in business or anything ain't going to talk to me fucked up and make me feel this big.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to touch on something you said earlier. I'm glad you went in like that. I want to touch on something you just said a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. We're getting here.
Yeah.
We're getting here.
First of all, let me finish. I don't want y'all to think that by me bringing that up, I'm talking down on my man. I'm using it as an example because I know that's how a nigga would do. A nigga would take the slightest little thing you say and try to make like I'm trying to belittle my man in front of here. No, that's not what I'm doing. What I am doing though is making sure you understand that when a woman has a vision and a plan for where she want to go in her life, she don't need a man telling her, oh, no, you don't need to go on
stage. She can do it in the inside voice.
She don't need to go on stage.
She can talk in the inside voice.
Yeah, what's wrong with the regular voice?
She can talk in the regular voice.
When a man talk loud, he's confident.
No,
when a woman talk loud,
no.
She's when a woman talk loud, she's just loud.
Yeah, because you know why? Because the women ain't supposed to talk like that.
So can I finish?
Both of y'all.
You're right.
Fuck both of y'all. If y'all think that I'm up here being some type of way because I don't need neither one of y'all for shit, and you're not gonna sit up here and talk condescending to me either. Because yes, I am a strong woman, I am a powered woman, and I don't take shit off of no nigga. I don't give a fuck if he my daddy, my brother, my man, or the nigga sitting next to me on stage. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, this is a question that you said. Why you mad at us for that?
Listen, I'm about to roll out because I don't like feeling disrespected. And y'all not gonna sit here and tell me I disrespect my man because I'm using that as an example of me being late today.
Talking about that.
Y'all not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that on air. You're not gonna do that to me, period.
No, you're not.
Now that right there is an example of picking up your ball and going the fuck home. If you don't get the analogy, let's say you go to the park and y'all playing football or basketball. You the one that brought the ball, but you don't like how things is going, so you fuck up the game for everybody and go home. Let me just address a few things so we can wrap it up. The first thing, she proved everybody's point by when he was talking, she felt the need to start yelling again, over talking him, and control the conversation. She didn't give a fuck what he was about to say. She didn't give a fuck. She assumed what he was about to say and tried to address it before he could say it. The issue with that, and just the issue with, like, you know, stuff like this where there's no moderator and people don't got control of themselves, you know, you begin to have a hostile debate environment. And who really want, like, if you don't give a fuck about what I'm saying, why is we even talking? Like, why is we, and that's real. I understand, like, y'all watch a lot of, you know, hostile debate content and stuff like that, but we gotta at least hear each other. But really, with that, she was trying to control the flow of the conversation. She was trying to control the narrative. Control. So that's the next thing. One of the last things that I'm gonna address is and I love when chicks do this shit, like, oh, when it's a man, he just being loud and he just yelling. Oh, but when it's a woman, you know, she a angry black woman. She didn't say that, you know, but she said when it's a man, it's okay, whatever. She tried to do that. What did I say before we got to this part? You as a guy can have that tone and that volume with other men that you are comfortable with, or other, and we talking about on some non-confrontational, non-hostile, y'all just discussing shit just like this. You can have that energy with people who will accept that energy. The difference is if it's a man and a woman, and we just seen how this shit played out, and he don't like that energy, the guy on the left don't like that energy, he is going to address it verbally, try and check it, and that's as far as it's going to go. When we talking about two men, that shit could go very similar as far as one guy trying to check it. But you know the big difference about where else it could go? We'll just start here. The first check, the guy trying to check it, he could try and check it with a threat of violence. He could try to emasculate the man. He could try to intimidate the man. That's the first place it could go. But let's say he addresses it respectfully. The other man may not like that. And he may go against that energy. He may look at it like he is trying to check him or he is trying to hone. And then it turns into something different. Or even we could just skip all that and the dude could say, nigga, suck my dick. You can't tell me how to talk, you bitch ass. He could just do that. And now we have a potentially violent confrontation. That is the difference. So I know women like to, oh man could get away with certain stuff. And if it's a man, it's cool if he yelling, da-da-da-da-da. There are different factors at play when it's man versus man talking to each other. I'm gonna give you a good example of this. Cooley was debating. What's that guy's name? Man, I kept thinking Brother Polite because they cut from the same cloth, but Yada. He was debating Yada, right? So boom. They are debating, and the debate is hostile. You know, because this cat is saying, you know, Yada is saying, like, see, you're a woman, you're feminine, da-da-da-da-da. And Cooley starts saying that, and Cooley is kind of like threatening them low key, like, you know, you could just see the energy. You could see the energy, like he wanted to say something very crazy or he wanted to fight. That was the energy that Cooley had, and that's two men sitting across the table from each other. And I don't think they got no security in that motherfucker. I don't think they got no security. When you got Anton Daniels and Yada in there, I don't think it's no need for security. But as far as Cooley, like, you know, the energy that he had, it's like something might go down. So, again, women love to paint the picture that, oh, man, y'all just doing this because we women and da-da-da. Nobody's going to hit your fucking ass. Nobody's going to try and threaten your ass. That's the whole difference that y'all miss, that y'all just fucking will never see. Y'all will never understand. If a man do it, a man could get punished with violence. Like, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. So y'all could try and paint the narrative like, oh, you know, it's y'all just trying to, you know, marginalize us and angry black woman this and da-da-da-da. If a nigga do it, a nigga could get fucked up. But hey, a nigga could even get killed over a Madden debate. Rest in peace to Lil Snoop. I don't know how shit played out. But he was playing Madden. And his Meek Mill artist back in the day, like 10 years ago. He's playing Madden. I guess they was betting, whatever the case was. I don't know if he started howling or whatever it was, but his man killed him over Madden, from my memory. I had to go and Google that just to make sure it was true, and it was. That was 2013. Very tragic, very senseless, but I'm going to keep it so real. When you're dealing with men, things like that can escalate. And especially, just me being honest, and this is in America, with niggas, dealing with niggas, it can get real over fucking nothing. Over fucking nothing. That's something that they not going to say on the screen. That's something that she don't fucking realize. But that's just what it is. It's a different game that we play with each other. And that's how come a lot of us check our own temperature. We check ourselves, you know, and you got some motherfuckers who crash outs, you know, and they get crashed into. That's really it, man.